All right, we're back for round two of the February 28th live streams. It's Angry Late Night or later night or whatever it is, or maybe it's early morning, wherever you're from. Anyways, if you guys have questions, put them over in the chat box. I will get to them as soon as possible and try to answer everyone's questions. Hopefully, everyone has been able to get out and go snowboarding lately. Also, March 13th, which is Friday the 13th, there's the A Day for Jake, remembrance of Jake Burton. So if you go to adayforjake.com, there's a list of resorts that are doing events, and you can possibly get a free lift ticket. Some places have run out of the free lift tickets, but they're selling like half price ones. Other places haven't run out yet, so definitely check that out as well. Let's see what else is going on. Also, if anyone hasn't seen it, they need to go watch that horrible slam from the fucking Burton US Open where that chick like killed herself, because that is fucking insane. So yeah, if anyone's got questions, put them over in the chat. I'll get to them as soon as possible. We'll just try to roll right through that. Other news going on. Obviously, we built the altar of snowboarding behind us. So this is the new background you guys are going to start to see in all the videos and whatnot and podcasts that we've got coming out. There'll be a new podcast out tentatively Monday morning. Kevin and I are going to try to record something this weekend. Let's see what else is going on. For anyone that's looking for angry merchandise, I'm thinking May we'll probably do another run of those mystery boxes like what we did last time. So basically, if you're a small, you buy a small box, but it's got the same amount of stuff as the large box. If you're a size large, you buy the large box. So we'll probably have that going on as well for you guys. On top of that, if you're a member of Angry Snowboarder VIP starting June 1st, there will be early product reviews for all you guys. So for those of you that are hungry for the 2021 stuff starting June 1st, like 9 a.m. every day, we'll start having product reviews. So far, I think there's like 20 something reviews that are already done. And I know starting next week, I should have probably like another 30 to 40 boards and bindings showing up. Fix is sending stuff. Marhar sending stuff. K2, I'm supposed to be getting stuff from Capita, sending a bunch of stuff. I haven't heard back from Union. Just talked to Mervin today, so that's LibTech GNU, Bent Metal. And I actually think we might review the GNU bindings that haven't changed, that are the rear entry ones. Why not? We'll give the back door a shot with that. Also, I haven't heard back from my Nidecker Flow rep yet, but we should have that. I know on the 10th, Jones, yes, and now will arrive as well. So there's all that. So there's all that going on. And again, if you have questions, just put them over in the chat box and I will answer those as soon as possible for you guys. Kind of like dual screening here. So, I got like shit everywhere on there. Also, if you guys like the new altar of snowboarding, let me know in the comments. We're still working on it. I got to figure out the lighting. It's not quite 100% where I need it to be, and the sound quality isn't 100%. I got to do some more noise canceling in there, but so anyways, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Jacob J, you ever seen Rurock full face helmets trying out? Fuck those things. They're for fucking kooks. Fuck it. Rurock is for poser ass fucks and lame ass people. Like, the only reason you should ever wear one is that your face is horribly deformed. Maybe you're a trunk person or something like that, or maybe it's your way of containing your coronavirus that you got. You're just keeping it in there and it's eating your face away. I don't know. But no one that's a real snowboarder should ever wear one of those hunks of shit. So, yeah. Let's see. What else we got going here? One Cold Frog. Think No Bad Day will sponsor me? Well, according to an Instagram message I got from one of you guys, if you message them and say you're looking for a sponsor and you're going to do all this sick shit, they'll just send you a box of product. I think the kid got like 4 boards, 2 pairs of gloves, and 3 jackets or something, and it was his first year snowboarding. So, yeah. Tenshi Hayashi, does medium or stiff bindings make a difference in my riding? Referring to Burton bindings. Oh, I don't know how you fucking ride. I mean, a lot of that is personal preference, but each one has their pros and cons. Like a medium flex binding is kind of like a dual anything binding. A stiffer binding is a little more performance driven, and it's a little more harder to, butter jib with for some people, not all people, but for some people, basically. But it is more performance driven. It's going to have a faster rebound to it. It's going to have a faster initiation as well. Okay, Matthew Smith, what is the best edge tech for super icy conditions? Sharp ass edges. Shit that's not detuned. You can have a good day on ice with just a normal side cut. You can have a great day on ice as well with Magnetraction, Grip Tech, underbite, serrated edges, traction bumps, all that bullshit. So yeah, so there's that. Basically, the bigger thing is keeping your edges sharp on there. So some people just get really hung up on the visual tech aspect of serrated edges or anything like that because they're like, oh, I can see it, versus say something like a K2 that's just got a multi-radius side cut so that it grips the same, but it doesn't have any of the visual acuity on there. Jacob J, I wear a Ruroc. Okay, I'm leaving before I get killed. You probably should. Like, sorry, no posers allowed. John Omler, no Degenerati for 2021. Doesn't look that way. I think they merged it into the actual Rome lineup, like with their marketing and what they're doing and whatnot. So, yeah. Let's see. Brian Mullane, need to hear about the last fight you got into with a skier. This is Angry Late Night after all. I think I covered that in the last live stream 2+ weeks ago. But no, I want to tell you guys about Wednesday. So Wednesday was Sunny Bluebird, and it was like a high of 28, but they started opening more terrain on the backside of Copper. So, I mean, there was some good snow back there. It was like waist deep and whatnot. But I decided to break my rule of not hiking and being lazy and riding flying couches to the top to actually ride the ridge line out past Bradley's Plunge and hike out there. And so I get out there, and there's about maybe 8-10 tracks in the snow, and there's some guys asking me to take their photo, so I pretended I was deaf, like I always do. I was like, I'm deaf, make some signs, and they just ignore me, and it's great. And so everyone starts to drop in, and they're all old and slow and fat and out of shape. And there's this random ass skier, like halfway down, watching everyone in front of a nice swath of pows. So I dropped like little 4 or 5 foot cornice, whatever it is. Big old heel side slash, big old toe side slash, big old heel side slash. Then I just point it right into the skier and I spray him. I'm talking like Sean Palmer annihilation, double ejection. This dude blew over. He's on the ground. Everyone's cheering, and I fucking just spray him the whole way down. And I get all the way back to the chairlift, and I'm going up the chair, and I'm like 3 towers up, and I look over, and the guy is still there getting up slowly, like looking for his skis and his poles. And that is why you always spray skiers. Fuck them. Who cares? Spray them. So, yeah, there was that. So, yeah, there's that. But, yeah, that was Wednesday. The snow was a little heavier out there, too. So that dude got hit with like a wall of chunder. It was just like, just took his ass out. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else we got going on here. Rolling Edges, where's the Amazon goggle vid? So I got sick for 3 weeks and lost 15 pounds and thought I was dying. And everyone thought it was the coronavirus. It might have been, for all I fucking know. After all, I picked up a bunch of snowboards from China, and I think there was some bat meat sandwiches in there. So anyways, no. I was waiting to build out the altar of snowboarding, and it's on the to-do list. I got to catch up on filming some 2021 reviews Saturday, and then we got the podcast. But I think in the next week I can start getting everything together, because it's going to be a multi-day process of me filming stuff. Like I got to film the laser through the lenses to show what distortion looks like. Then I got to cut the lenses in half and the frames and show you how shitty those crap ass frames are. But that Amazon video is coming. It might be something for the off season. I'm not really worried about it, but it's probably going to be like a 20-minute video, I think, by the time it's actually done. So and the best part is, like, one of the shit goggle companies that I actually bought from Amazon reached out to me and wanted me to do a review, and I was like, fuck, now you want me to do a review after I bought your shitty high-end goggles for $20? No goggle that's high end should be $20. Plus, the best part is they're like, we're the official supplier of the U.S. ski team. Supplier, not sponsor. Supplier, which basically means they send shit, and if someone's mom forgot their goggles while they're standing on the side of the course, she gets a free pair of goggles. Like, so there's that shit. So yeah, anyways, is what it is. Doesn't fucking matter. But yeah, if anyone's got gear questions, plop them over in that chat bar at the side or the bottom or whatever app or whatever you're on. If you're on your computer, your app, your mobile, whatever. I'm fucking on like everything over here. And yes, that is a pink case. It's my favorite case. No one fucks with a guy that's watching a tablet that's got a pink case on it when you're in the airport. No one. Realize this. Sitting over there watching Roadhouse or Kickboxer or fucking Bloodsport or something while I'm waiting for a flight, but I got a pink case. Ain't nobody coming over. No little kid like, can I play with this, mister? Yeah. So it's fucking awesome. Yeah. So yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here. One Cold Frog. Maybe I can get Angry Snowboarder to sponsor me. No one gets sponsored by me. I don't even get sponsored by me. Let's see. Yeah. Chris Wong, hey, Avran, any 2021 demos going on the last week of March in Summit County? Maybe? Maybe not. I don't think there is, though, because like everyone's telling me that they're going to be dumping all the reps, the local reps and stuff are saying that they're going to be dumping all their product on me for review. So I don't really think that is. Yeah. Dominique Perry, would being 20 pounds over the weight limit of a board be bad? No. So, like, you got to realize, like, they're not set in stone with those weight ranges. You can go over it. Just understand, if you're over the weight range, the board's going to flex more. And if you're, like, on the low end of the weight range or under it, it's going to be stiffer. Like, I typically ride, like, a 154. Right. I went to the gym yesterday and weighed myself. So I'm back up to, like, what am I up to? 201 right now. So I'm 54 realistically. Everyone's like, oh, you're like 20, 30 pounds over the weight. And I was like, it's the perfect fucking size for me. It's the size I like. It's the one I'm comfortable with. So I really wouldn't worry about that too much or anything like that. Let's see. Paul Cummins, are you trying out next year's Sims boards? Probably not. I mean, I could hit up Walter Lacey, who's, I think, their global sales manager because he lives in Denver. But from what I heard, most of their shapes are just nitros that they stole. So, no, I honestly don't really care at this point because what is this? Sims is rebranding like 45th time at this point. Like every time I try to give them credit, they just blow it. And you look at who, like Keegan's one of their pros. What the fuck has that kid done in the last 10 years? Fucking sitting around sniffing farts. So, yeah. Not really going to. Yeah. Let's see what else we got going here. Joseph Bernard, thanks for doing a review on the Battalion Camel Toe. Just grab one based on your review and love it so far. Thing is solid on piece. Yeah, we'll wait till the review of the Camel 2. Whew! They made a stiffer Camel Toe, and it's amazing. And I wrote it in like 40 inches of POW. So, yeah, Battalion basically took their best sellers and were like, we now have stiffer, more premium versions. Here you go, people. Party Wave Plus, Camel 2. And you're like, yes, this is amazing. Let's see. Truth Prevails. Tons of Yonex boards at the Open every year. What do you think of them? Well, I hear they make really good tennis rackets. No, so the big thing with the Yonex boards is it's a lot of the Japanese riders and some of the Canadian guys. Like my friend Max, when he rode for the Canadian national team, he rode for Yonex, and because they make so much money off their tennis rackets, he actually had like a killer paycheck from them. And he's like, yeah, I think he was getting like $20,000 or $30,000 a year plus a travel budget and a bunch of other expenses and stuff. They look interesting, and I really would like to ride them. But getting a hold of them, there's like a language barrier because most of the people that work on the snow division are Japanese. So you get like this barrier in there, and for them, they don't sell them in North America. So for me to go in there and be like, hey, I want to review these. They're like, yeah, we don't really care about North America. And I was like, hey, I'm global. And they're like, yeah, we really don't care about you because you don't speak Japanese. And that's kind of where it's at. Okay. Eric Christ, best resort to hit this year Easter weekend. I don't know. It's Easter weekend. It's probably going to be busy as shit at all of them because it'll probably be the closing weekend for some of these resorts. I don't know. Try to find something completely way off in the fucking boonies that's like nowhere near any major city. Like maybe like northwest Montana or something like that. I don't really know. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what else we got going on here. Okay. What else we got going on here? Yeah. I think we're kind of catching up on questions here. Cyborg Santa 2, any difference between 20K rating versus Gore-Tex? So basically, the difference is in how the materials are made. Gore-Tex has a proprietary technology to them, whereas like anything that's 20K, it's a different type of technology and a different type of rating system to it. I'm not a fan of Gore-Tex. I feel like it makes me feel slimy. Um, with that said, does it work? Yes, it does work. But I mean, if I still lived in the Northwest, I'd probably have something that's 20 or 30K. Like when I lived in Washington, I had some old 686 Northline that was like 45K. That shit like could be fucking raining. I was dry as shit on there. I think 20K for most people is actually overkill. Like Colorado, I know a lot of people are like, I have to have a 20K rated. And I'm like, our snow is dry. It's cold as fuck here. It never rains. Why do you need 20K? You can get away with like 5K here and it'll be fine. So yeah, kind of a lot of personal preference. But yeah, let's see. Shit. I love this statement from Raul Duke. L Stacker is a picture in the dictionary under the definition for mouth breather. 100% that dude is a mouth breather. For anyone that doesn't understand the inside jokes that we do, there was a guy who would literally just spam bullshit comments on everything. And I finally called him out for it. He's like, I'm a fan and I support you and blah, 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 blah. And I'm unsubscribing. Like it fucking matters to me. Like it's one person. I don't really give a fuck. Like, dude, like 90% of the guy's comments ended up in my spam box and created more work for me because I had to keep checking to make sure it wasn't a legitimate comment because legitimate comments for some reason get spam flagged as spam in here. And my only response was, bye, Felicia. That dude sucks dicks with his butthole. Okay. Yeah, let's see. I feel like I'm missing a question here. Let's see. Truth prevails. Kemper, worth it. Jury's still out on Kemper, and I think part of that is because it's the guy that bought a dead trademark, and he brought him back. Like I've ridden. The only thing I have left from them to ride is a Rampage 58. But the Apex was really good. The Aggressor was good. The Screamer was meh. The the Night Flight series, which is the stiffer flight series, was super fun. Like I actually really like the shape on that, and if it had like a micro camber of 3 millimeters, it would. But I rode the Freestyle 89, and that thing was meh. And then the Rampage, I'll probably get to that next week. But the boards are made at GP87, and I know like some of them are open molded. So there's other companies that are using them, and I've ridden them, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is it is what it is. But so far, I mean, like legitimately, I thought I would fucking hate them, and I'm just like, these are actually good, and it but at the same time, like it is a nostalgic cash grab in my opinion. Like, I mean, the people that are buying it are people that owned Kempers back in the day. And like when Kemper originally died, it didn't go out like valiantly. Like it wasn't like, oh, we had the plug pulled and we're done. It was like, and you're a price point binding or board company, and you're a rental company, and you're this and you're that. Do I think that they could potentially be more than that? Yes, I think they could. I think that, you know, them absorbing all the Sims pros that got let go, not exactly the smartest move. And you know, the whole like being in bed with the dig my quiver thing, that one is like another one where I'm like, those guys are fucking boners, dude. Like, I'm sorry if if anyone in here is a member of Dig My Quiver and takes it fucking seriously. I think it's like one of the dumbest fucking groups out there. I think there's a lot of poser fucks in it, and I just don't care. And I've pissed them off in the past, and I'll piss them off again. All right, so we got super chat from Two Thumbs Workshop. Doctor Angry Boss Man, what do you do for concussion rehab? Took myself out last weekend at Bristol, and my brain is broken. Well, one, you shouldn't be on here right now asking questions. You need to digitally detox. No screen time, no fluorescent lights. Blue blockers are amazing if you do have to work under fluorescent lights. Lots of sleep. Like, don't be reading books. Just, you got to shut your brain off and just let it rehab on its own. And that can be anywhere from a week to 6 weeks, somewhere in there. Like the last concussion that I had, I still felt like I was underwater 6 weeks after. But then again, like the week after I got that concussion, because my hard drives crashed and I had to come back up with over 100 board reviews, I was filming board reviews in front of the lights and frying my brain and hurting myself. And I will never do that again. That was a one and done, and I learned my lesson with that. But yeah, the big thing is sleep, rest, diet can actually affect it. Don't be eating a lot of sugar. Don't be eating a lot of processed foods. Just a lot of veggies, a lot of fruit. Just keep your sugar intake down, stuff like that, you know, and you'll gradually come out of it. So yeah. Big Cheese, thoughts on Young Dolly? I had to look up who the fuck this guy was the other day, and the only thing I could think of was I feel like I feel like I would throat punch this guy. Like I just don't care. I just don't fucking give two shits about him. So yeah. All right. Pepe's Pizza, angry. Thanks for the content you put out. I ride a Rome Artifact Rocker and a Capit Outsiders for Park, looking for something to rip all mountain. Suggestions: experienced rider, size 11 boot, camber. Um, yeah, you know, if you're looking for something that's more like all mountain, um, and camber, I would say go look at the new Rome Agent, especially with that 11. You could get a wide in that, and that would be really solid. You could even look at the cambered version of uh, the Westmark or the Element from Arbor. The ejac knife is C3, and they claim that there's that little reverse section between the feet. It's basically camber. It feels like camber when you ride it. That would be another one. Let's see. That might be too soft for you. The If you're cool with cam rocker, you might like the Yes Globe NBS, or you could even do the Jones Mountain Twin. So you got some options there if you want it. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see what else. Let's see. Okay, why am I looking for something? I think I'm caught up on those questions. Also, stop buying your helmets off Amazon. Anyone that buys a helmet on Amazon that's not a real helmet, it's one of those generic knockoffs, or if it's any of that bullshit that Jonathan Buckhouse pushes, I fucking you're hurting yourself in the long run. Like, get real helmets from real companies, and even then, just understand that like their standards are 30 years old. Kevin and I have done a whole difference. Tenchi Hayashi, K2-3X's for Solomon Malamute. What's the difference? Fit, flex, lacing system. That's going to be the three biggest ones. The best boot is the boot that fits your foot and fits your needs. I really don't give a lot of boot recommendations. I might do some like top fives where like I'll be like top 5 high-end boot, top 5 mid-level boot, top 5 entry-level boot. And those would be just starting points for anything like that. But by and large, best boot's the one that fits your foot, fits your needs. So yeah, try on as much as you can and go from there. Cynthia, I'm curious, do you ever ride half pipe? Not super pipe anymore. I'm too old for that shit. But the way copper to get to the Peace Park, like off the Woodward Express, when you get off to the left, you've got 18-foot mini pipe, ride-on box, and then you got fat tubes, boxes, and then there's a jump line. So I alternate between the jibs and the half pipe for the pre-park to everything. So I'll go in and you can get about 2 hits in that mini pipe right now. So yeah. Two Thumbs Workshop. Is Wildhorn a real brand or Chinese garbage? It's Chinese garbage with money behind it to push it as a real brand. But everything that they sell, I can go on AliExpress and buy the non-branded version of it for half of what they're selling it or less and do it. And it's funny because they're like official supplier of the U.S. ski and snowboard team, and they're not a sponsor of it. They're a supplier, which means they just give product so people can give it to their family while they stand around on the sidelines watching them and shit. It's garbage. It's fucking garbage. Let's see. Okay, Jeff Demoose 776. Do you have any tips for pond skimming? Speed, lean back, rocker, not camber. Do not ride a cambered board in a pond skim. You're more likely to pull it. Like if I was doing a pond skim tomorrow, you better believe I'd have my lumberjack out there. Flat rocker, fucking wide as shit. Things like a wakeboard, I could just fucking hit it. Go as fast as possible, lean on that back foot, do it. The big thing is when you hit the pond, there's probably actually a drop into the pond. That's going to fuck you up. Most people, when they go into it, they either try to pop into it, and when they do, that throws them off. If anything, just let it shoot you straight out, but lean back, get that nose up, and just plane. And since it's your first one, whatever, do not try to turn. Just straight line. And also be as close to the edge as possible, because if you sink, those boots fill up fast. It pulls you down aggressively. And then you're fucked. And I've seen people almost drowned in this shit. And you think my ass is going in to save them? I'm just sitting there going, you made your choices. You got to live with them. So yeah, there we go. Let's see. Okay. Qualia Aquarium. Thoughts on volume shifted boards? Most versatile one. I love volume shifted. I think that they've really changed snowboarding around, that you can, a lot of these dudes, these big dudes with big feet are like, I can ride a normal sized board. I don't have to ride like a 170 something. And I'm like, yeah, there you go. It's cool like that. And I think that those are they really change stuff. Now, when it comes to like the most versatile ones, I think like the Lumberjack is super versatile. The Tellus Backslash is super versatile. Why am I brain farting on one? The Orca is versatile. The Short Wide from Libtech as well is super versatile. You've got options for this versatility that's out there. And there's so many good ones. Like I look around right now, and that right there, the After Hours from Roswell, it's a women's medium volume shifted twin, and I wish it was a guy's board. That thing is fucking phenomenal. But there's plenty of them out there that are really good. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see. Oh, I feel like I'm missing one. Missing something here. Will Graham, I just rode Woodward Park City today. Dude, I want to go check that place out. I got some friends that work there, so I know I'll get hooked up when I roll in. But that park looks sick, even though it's right next to a highway, which means you get like that wind off the highway, which is going to scrape that snow. But yeah, that looks sick. Let's see what else we got going on here. Raul Duke, did you ride the spring break powder twin with the Captas? I have a powder twin coming. The Captas haven't come in yet. They got shipped yesterday, so my guess is they'll probably be here Monday. And so I'll be riding those starting next week, give or take. Good thing about Captas, they just let me hold on to them forever, so I never feel like I'm rushed to bang through them. Let's see. And let's see. And then Jeff Demoose is asking, adding to my question about pond skimming, will my Rossi saw blade work good for pond skimming if I set back the stance? I don't even think you need to set back the stance. Like, the thing's only got like 20% camber between the feet, and it's so soft. I think if you just point it and just lean back and let that rocker take over in the nose, you should be fine with it. So, yeah, I think that'll get you where you need to go. So, and let's see. Let's see. Looks like a lot of people are going to Utah. Two Thumbs Workshop, what's your favorite helmet brand? My favorite helmet brand is Giro. I like the MIPS construction in there, but I am due to update right now. So I've been kind of just like trying on different helmets, and everyone's kind of changed their fit. And I feel like I'm the fucking great Gazoo right now. So yeah. Marco purchased with the $30 super chat. Thanks, bud. Snowbirdie, have you ever been to Crystal Mountain? Not in the winter. I drove up when I lived in Washington once in the summer. Let's see. Yeah, Crystal. I kind of want to go out there and just see how butthurt everyone is that it's on the Icon Pass. Unless we're talking Crystal Mountain, Michigan, which I've never been there. I could be one. Yeah, but yeah, Crystal, like the terrain looks unreal. It's fun, and I there's one thing I miss about the Northwest is the terrain. Don't really miss all the people from Seattle, or the people in Leavenworth, or Skycomish, or Renton, or Monroe. I don't really miss those people. Like, there was a lot of people I didn't like there, but I miss the terrain, miss the snow, that coastal snowpack. You never worry about hitting rocks. You just know it's going to stomp. Oh, let's see. Let's see what's going on. Truth Prevailed. A goggle brand. I need to update mine. So any of the major brands, you got your Oakley, your Smith, Dragon, Electric, Von Zipper, Ashbury, why am I'm brain farting? Giro, anyone that uses like a Carl Zeiss lens or Anon, they're solid brands. And the big thing is going to be the fit, and every frame fits different. So like right now, I've been on a huge Dragon kick. I've got like 3 pairs of Dragons, and they fit me super well. So that's like what I've been riding. I actually just got some next year's Dragons. I can't even think of what name they are, but a friend of mine hooked it up. But I've got NFX2s, NFXs, and each one's got a different colored lens. I like the lenses in them. Like Dragons, I haven't noticed too much distortion. Like there's one spot on one lens where there's like a little distortion in there. But I also have Oakley prism lenses on, God, what are they? They're not flight decks. They're smaller than that. They're not line miners. What are they? I can't think of it. But yeah, Oakley makes some solid stuff. Smith, I've still got some Smith stuff kicking around. That the big thing is avoid all those generic knockoff bullshit ones that you see on Amazon or vlogger influencers are pushing because they're sponsored by a brand. So yeah, avoid them. But yeah, let's see. Michael Cooley at Snowshoe, West Virginia for 5 days, 14 inches of fresh and still dumping. Gonna be a good weekend. Fuck, that's probably the most snow they've gotten all year. Fucking enjoy it, man. Go fast, spray skiers, rip pow, have fun, ollie ropes. Dude, 14 inches at that place is probably super fun. Nick Woodward, why are you drinking out of a vase? This is not a vase. This is a glass. It's an Avran size glass, and this is what I drink out of. Look, no, it's a glass. It's a cup. All right. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Oof. Tim Hauger, I need a good stiff boot, but I have finger toes. I hate replacing boots. So the big thing with finger toes, and so for anyone that doesn't understand, it's like they have really long toes, like the index toe will actually stick out further than the big toe, is anything with a good intuition liner that you can really heat mold. And even after that, sometimes you want to take a razor and slice the outside of the foam on the liner so that there's more give. So it releases on that because you have that pressure. Or you can put a heel wedge under the footbed and pull the toe off the end a little bit, but that does change the ankle placement. So you got to be really cautious of that. But I covered a lot of that in the Boot Fitting 101 series. So if you haven't checked that out, I definitely recommend going and checking that out. So, yeah, let's see what we got here. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, my good friend Billy Ray Valentine is here. So, yes, Billy Ray Valentine. Remember, pork bellies are the future. Let's see. Cogliano. So my buddy at age of 42, only second time he's ever been boarding, starts riding at a level that makes my 20 plus years worth look sad. How hard do I punch him? I don't think you need to punch him. I think you need to like hit him with a syringe and extract some of his blood and inject it into yourself. Man, like, dude, that guy's got something going on there. You fucking need it, man. Maybe he's on like that John Bon Jovi shit, drinking the blood of virgins or something. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Let's see. Let's see. Luke TRC, some lady just rode off my hatch on my WRX and made me miss a 2-foot pow day at Holiday Valley. Guess not enough people are watching your winter drive videos. We need to share all my top fives consistently. Consistently be sharing them. Consistently just be pushing them out there, especially this week's top five, about the top 5 things to know before you go, because there's clearly a bunch of fucking dumb YouTube people out there that care more about views, likes, and shares and getting that ad revenue than actually making people better snowboarders, and they're going to get people fucking killed. So, yeah. Sorry, may your WRX is hatch RIP. It sucks, man. I always have this constant fear that my Volvo is going to get hit, which I almost got sideswiped by an asshole in a Pacifica minivan with red plates, which means it's a rental. Like, there wasn't even a full car length between me and the car in front of me, and that dude just decided to get in there. I had to jack my brakes. I'm sliding and fucking downshifting, doing everything I can not to hit this asshole. I fucking got this broken off engine mount bolt just sitting in my cup holder. I thought about just opening the window and just pelting his windshield with it. Be like, you want to be in a rush when we just had a fucking snow squall, driving like an asshole, cutting people off? Now you got to buy a new fucking windshield because I bet you didn't get the insurance and you're late for your fucking flight. Fuck you, dude. Yeah. All right. Let's see. And just so Luke knows this, Two Thumbs Workshop will give you a ride to Holiday Valley on Sunday. He will even pick you up. He super chatted me that just to tell you that. So there you go. Yeah. All right. Truth prevails. Snow tires all year round. Dude, I run snow tires all year round. Then again, I went 56 days without putting gas in my car, and I only drove 103 miles in the summer. So, yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. Truth prevails. What stance is still a good thing, or is it time to narrow I think we've hit this point where boards are flexing better and we don't need to have these wide stances anymore. And also, we're all getting older and our knees are starting to go. So going to a narrower stance makes more sense. Let's see what else we got going on here. Willis, hey Avran, which of the Jones K2, yes, etc. snowboards would be closest in feel and function to Gentum and Moss, snow surf, cruise car flow sort of board? So if we're looking at K2, it would be the overboard. But they have a new board for next year called the Niseko Pleasures, which is a softer, simple Pleasures. Obviously, it's going to ride like that. If we're talking about, yes, it would be the 420 would probably be the closest. You maybe could get away with a pick your line or the Y. With Jones, the only thing remotely close, and even then it's still not, is the Storm Chaser. Like, I don't really feel like the Mind Expander fits in there with that. So, yeah. Mama Bear with the $5 super chat. Thanks for the recommendation for Remind insoles. They are awesome. They are awesome. Only footbed that I actually rock 24/7. In everything from my Vans, like around the town boots, to my shoes, to all my snowboard boots, Remind insoles. But there's also Shred Soles is another snowboard specific one that I recommend. And, you got a few other ones out there like Superfeet and whatnot. But everyone should take a close look at the stock insole in their boots and realize that they suck ass and switch out to something else. Let's see. Mark M, better board, Endeavor Ranger or yes typo? It's not that they're better. They're just a little more suited. Like the Ranger is a medium volume shifted board, so you got more surface area, so it's a little more stable underfoot. The typo is more versatile as an all mountain, like do everything jack of all trades board. So like if I could only have like one board that would do everything and it was balanced, it'd be the typo. But with the way that I like to ride POW more, I would probably go with the Ranger actually. So yeah. Let's see what else we going on. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, healthy snowboarder. I live in Summit and I'm dealing with my first major injury. Tibial plateau, ACL, MCL, meniscus. I'll be back by Xmas. What was your worst injury? How long were you down and how did you get through it? So worst injury was February 25th, 2002. I ruptured my spleen in half end to end and was airlifted and had 9.5 hours of emergency trauma surgery. I ended up spending about 6 weeks on my back in a bed in my parents' living room. The furthest I could walk was to the toilet, which took me about 40 minutes to get about 15 to 20 feet. It was that I spent 9 days in the hospital, 8 days in, or was it 6 days in 7 days? 7 days in the ICU, maybe 8 days. Can't quite remember. While I was there, I think like 3 or 4 people died around me, which was mentally draining. I definitely had PTSD and other symptoms, plus all the shit that they pumped me through. The big thing is you have a leg injury, so you can actually they were worried about infection. I mean, I had 49 staples in my stomach. I was fucked. I've done my knees. I've done stuff like that. So what you got going on, the big thing is you're going to go through a dark depression. It kind of happens to everyone, especially up here, because you're like, I can't do anything. You need to find a way to get out and see people and do things. Even if you're just going to a happy hour and sitting, don't drink alcohol because that actually hinders the recovery on it. But if you're out there, get out, see people, get out. You need to just do that. Do all the PT. Collagen peptides as well are really good for that type of injury and will help that. If you haven't got the cold machine that pumps the cold water through the ice and it contracts and everything around your knee, get one of those. That's also a lifesaver for really getting out there and doing stuff. But knee injuries, they suck, but do not skip the PT. And even after you're going through the PT, you're going to need to get back into the gym and rebuild all that muscle and stuff. So hopefully that answers that. Coglio knows with the super chat, was excited to see you on one of the latest sea vlogs with Casey Willix. Yeah, it was funny. I was actually talking with Mike Green, like in the lift line, because we were trying to figure out how to get me some academy boards. And then I was like, is Casey in town? And he's like, dude, he's right behind you. And I was like, oh fuck, Casey's here. And we were talking, and then I know people saw it, and a lot of people have been trying to like psychoanalyze that, and they feel like, oh, Casey wanted to go ride with you. It's like Casey's doing his own fucking thing. He doesn't like. We were cracking jokes, like he cut it in a way that it doesn't capture the inside jokes about me shitting on myself for being old as fuck and riding dad park. So yeah, right. All right, S2000 guy recommendation for a late March and mid-April trip. Copper any good around this time? So the end of March, start of April is USASA National. So you have like 2,000 screaming children running around the base area with their fat, out of shape moms. Well, I shouldn't say they're out of shape. They're shapes for sure. They're just not shapes that I would like to check out running around in there. So the park's kind of busy. But if we're getting snow, the rest of the mountain's empty. The bigger thing I would say, plus Copper closes like the 20th of April. So if you're coming out like mid-April, you're catching the very tail end where everything has just gone to shit. Like you have executives running the chairlifts because there's no employees because everyone is just checked out and left. But the snow can be good. March is typically the snowiest month of the year. I would say if you're doing March, go to Aspen instead. I know you got the Icon Pass, so do that, or maybe go up to Steamboat because you'll catch the end of the Steamboat season. And when they get snow, it's good. So yeah. All right. What else could we do here? I feel like we're catching up on questions, but yeah, if anyone's got questions, just keep plopping them over in that chat over there. Gonna just try to answer them as fast as possible for all you guys, and we'll just go from there. Did I miss? Okay, here we go. Okay, Joe Stazzoni. I have a Yes Basic and a War Pig. I want something new to replace the Basic. Most likely interested in the Typo or Jackpot. Which would you choose for East Coast? 50% park, 50% all mountain. The Typo is going to be the most balanced because you got a directional twin in there. And that would probably be my go-to, but you're on the East Coast, so you can get away with like a full park board. And I honestly think the Jackpot is better. And I'd probably say just go with the Jackpot out of those two. I think that would be the best one ever. All right. Okay. Well, let's see. I think we're caught up on those questions. Ooh, okay. Michael Trombator, how would the Battalion Evil Twin compare to the Lumberjack X, or do those boards serve different purposes? It, they're kind of marketed the same, but they're really not the same. So the biggest difference is that Lumberjack X is literally like this fucking wide. Even if you found an Evil Twin that was wide, it's not going to be as wide as the Lumberjack X. The other thing is the way that they ride entirely different. Like that Lumberjack X is more stable. It's it's got they're close in pop, but I think the Lumberjack X actually has more pop. It locks into presses and butters better than the Evil Twin because you got that scooped out. I think the Evil Twin has freestyle 3BT, not jib 3BT, so it's a little narrower. So you don't have as much of a wide platform to really catch it on there. The only thing that they're kind of similar in is when they're on edge, you kind of steer more underfoot from both of them, just because you're losing that contact point out at the tip and the tail. And so that would be like kind of how I feel that they ride. SB309, new deep thunker, I think you mean thinker, has a top sheet defect. It's a 160 wide, so no shops have one to replace it. It's going to take 3 to 4 weeks to get it back. Should I just get a new board to get me to the end of the season? Yes. 3 to 4 weeks? Like, you're losing a bunch of fucking days out there, man. That sucks. Like, that's weird because Burton's probably trying to get you a next year's one, is what it is. I mean, yeah, I'd suck it up and just get a new one for sure. Okay. Maxime Boucher. Hey, Avran, I broke a Nidecker mosquito. I loved it. The shop guarantees it, so I'll have a replacement, but not the same board. They want to give me the Nitro Squash. Will it be close to the mosquito? Um, it won't feel as stable underfoot. It's going to be a little narrower, so you don't have that width in there. If they are a K2 dealer and they're guaranteeing it, see if they have a cool bean, because that would be closer towards it. But the squash, like if nitro is your option, I think the fin twin would be a better choice, or the quiver. Or was it? Is it the quiver? I think it's the quiver is the short swallowtail, not the cannon, because the quiver cannon's the big one. So yeah, I think that would be the best one. Two Thumbs Workshop with the $5 super chat. The Angry Lord on high. How big of a donation to come ride with you for the day? I think we have a tier on Angry Snowboarder VIP. It's like $500 or something bullshit like that. Like we made it as a complete fucking joke just to see if anyone would actually ever buy it. But for anyone that does want to ride with me, Copper Mountain, March 13th, Friday the 13th, is a day for Jake. So you can go to adayforjake.com. A lot of resorts are giving free tickets if they haven't gotten out of them yet. But that day, I haven't made the announcement, the official announcement yet, but I'm going to try to meet up with people. I think like maybe 10 or 11 in the morning if people want to go ride, and we're just going to go fucking ride and remember Jake. So that's kind of like what we're going to do. I know I was going to do some different ride things, which actually before this day for Jake thing, I was supposed to go to Hell Track at Big Boulder, but the state of Colorado and I have to go have a discussion on the 11th and take care of some bullshit. So yeah, so I got that going on. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see what else. Aldrich Mecklenburg, do you know which company manufactures Telos snowboards? It's GP87. Telos is actually the factory brand for GP87. So the guys that own GP87 own Telos. And they have some cool shapes for next year coming out. So yeah. Let's see. Luke TRC, Baker or Stevens for a Washington trip? Depends when you're going. If it's a weekend, you don't want to be anywhere near Stevens. If it's midweek, Stevens is good, but the big thing will be snow. I would say that every snowboarder should ride Baker at least once in their life. So if the snow is good, Baker. The big thing is like you got Baker here and you got Stevens like down here. So like you got this big difference in between. So it's not like you can really go to anything, go to a different resort. If you're got to choose between those two. I mean, with Stevens, you could cut over the pass and go over to Mission Ridge if you wanted to, but Baker, your best bet is to drive north into Canada and go to like Cypress Grouse and Seymour. Let's see. Dan Rao, can you even buy rental boards from companies as a normal person? Yeah, you can get them at REI every now and then. They show up. Sports Authority used to sell them too. Sometimes they just hit the market. It's really random. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Am I missing a question here? No, I think I caught up on those. Let's see. KT Avran, Snow Go Snow Bikes. What the fuck? Watched a moron on one take out a young snowboarder. Those things need to go the way of parachute pants and Zima. You don't talk bad about Zima ever. Ever. Zima returned and then it left us again, and that was a taunt. Zima, you don't ever talk bad about Zima. Randy, the warranty guy, needs his Zima. But yeah, snow bikes are fucking stupid. Fucking stupid shit. There's some douche nozzle that rides at A Basin and he's got a little horn and he wears a fucking Ruroc. I want to punch that kid in the face every goddamn day I see him. He might be the nicest person on earth, but I see him and he's squeezing that fucking horn and he's in the lift line. I just want to ride up and just punch him square in the face. But he's got a fucking rock, so I'd probably get plastic stuck in my hand. Then I'd pull it back out. Then I'd have to cut him like Wolverine. Then I'd have to get stitches on my hand. And it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. Tyler Hansen, is Kevin really a ladyboy? Well, he does have a munt, so I'll just leave that with you. All right. Let's see what else is going on. All right. Now, let's see. What else we got going on? I feel like I'm missing a question here. Two Thumbs Workshop. Angry, what's up with Sims these days? They any good, and who makes them? So Sims now has been licensed to Sims Japan. So Sims North America is being run by Sims Japan, which never went away. It's a licensing agreement. They are made at the Playmaker factory, which makes Nitro. It's the big thing is the guys with Sims Japan licensed it, hired some people to run Sims USA over here, because then we have American pros and it builds more legitimacy for Sims Japan to move more units. But a bunch of their shapes are just stolen from Nitro, so fuck it. Buy a Nitro. Nitro ain't going anywhere. Sims, you don't know if it's going to get the fucking license sold out from under it or whatnot. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. Am I catching up on questions? I feel like I am. Joseph Bernard, what do you think about Monarch? Only ridden 2 seasons of Eldora because it's 30 minutes away, so it won't take much. Just looking for an uncrowded place. Monarch is uncrowded. I've only ever ridden there once. It was a POW day. It was their donation day. It was fucking phenomenal. There's a lot of stuff to jump off of. I mean, it's all natural snow. There's no snowmaking. The way the mountain's laid out is fun. There's like a whole bunch of runs where it's just like super whoop-de-doo and like snaky and shit. And then there's wide open terrain. I really enjoyed Monarch. I'd like to get back again if I can find the chance. Let's see. I think we're caught up on questions there. Oh, we're only up to 87 people in the chat. That's a bummer. I was hoping for at least 100. Grant Christopher, my buddies and I pitched in to surprise our forever on a rental friend with his first ever setup this year. I went with the 2020 Jones Mountain Twin plus my old Nitro Ramblers. Did we do good? Anything is better than an old rental, dude. It's funny. I did the similar thing for a bunch of my friends. I got my good friend Jordan. I gave him my old K2 bindings, and I bought him a new Rome Agent. And he's like, I've always wanted a Rome Agent. And, I got him a Rome Agent. And he's probably snowboarded more now that he got that board this season than he has in the last 5. And then, like my friend Trevor, he's getting my old Dinosaurs Will Die Brewster that I bought, and then I promptly only rode 3 times because review season kicked off because it was a bad year and I didn't ride that board at all, and then I got injured and shit. So he's getting that with my old set of K2 leans. But like hooking up a friend that needs a board is always awesome. Like, Ben, our editor filmer guy that helps us, he's had a string of bad luck, like alternator died on his car, laptop fucking shit the bed, shit like that. And I just gave him a brand new interior plane project Haro 47 for him. But yeah, when you can do stuff like that, it's awesome. Like, it's really cool to like help your friends, and you did good, man. You're helping him, make him a better, you're taking him from a person that snowboards to maybe a snowboarder down the road. So yeah. Okay. Mark on me again. Better first all mountain board for someone not that interested in park. Nidecker score or other lower price Nideckers, or the typo. Emphasis on surfy carving. I'd probably go with the typo. That's what I would do. That would be what I would go. Oh, we got Pete Buttigieg in the chat room, everybody. Mayor Pete's here. Maybe the first gentleman is with him. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing a question here. Z Mauer, can you make California snow, please? No, can't make California snow because there's no snow in California. I don't want to make California snow. I want to make Colorado snow. It's blower power, and we got 7+ feet. You guys are fucked this year. I'm not gonna lie. Like, unless you get a storm in the next 2 weeks, you guys are so fucked. Yeah. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, what else is going on? Truth prevails. Does Morrow and Lamar still exist in your heart? Yes. I don't think Lamar does anymore, but I think uh, whoever owns K2, they still make Morrow as a price point for like some different box stores and stuff. So I think it still exists along with 5150. Uh, let's see. Nope. Tim Anderson with the super chat. Got back into snowboarding after nearly 15 years off. I really enjoy the content. I'm glad you do what you do. Keep it up. Well, thanks for the support, dude, and welcome back. One thing I love about this time frame in snowboarding right now is there's so many guys my age that like left for college and marriage and kids and careers, and now they're like, I have expendable income, I'm going snowboarding, and they're coming back and they're bringing their fucking kids with them, and they're like, you're snowboarding, and the kids are like, cool, we got snowboarding, and now we got this whole generation. Like, we literally, our generation, like people my age, we are the boomers of snowboarding and what is going to save snow sports. So I love that all you guys are coming back. Yeah. So yeah. Let's see. Okay. Willis, hey, Avran, I want to drink some more of the Jones or Nidecker Kool-Aid. Any tips on where to get t-shirt and cap merch from snowboard companies? You're going to probably have to buy that direct from their websites. Just because I know you're down in Australia and you guys distribution down there is probably ass for that type of stuff. Because like when I used to my friend Amin used to be the Yes distribution and Jones guy now, and a few other brands like I think he did Lamar and Sims and a bunch of outerwear. He had like 30 brands, and he's just like, I asked him about that stuff one day, and he's just like, I never order it because if it doesn't sell, I end up sitting on it, and the shops don't really want it. So, but yeah, it's crazy. Wayne McKenzie with the super chat for the supports. Thanks, Wayne. Thanks for all the support you've given me over the last year. Really graciously appreciate that. So yeah. Um, Will Graham, Avern, what's your thought on the snowboard pro camp guy? I'm convinced that he's out to try to kill people by giving them bad advice. Not showing people like when you're the biggest. Like I don't have a problem with him being the biggest. That's fine. Like go be the biggest. Like congratulations, you were the first through the door. You built it. It's crazy. You got 500,000 subscribers and shit like that. It's not content I watch. Like I've tried. Like I thought maybe I wanted to go sit at that person's table and be with those guys. And the more I watch what they're doing, I just can't. I can't endorse it. I can't like they're going to get someone killed with the stupid shit that they do and they don't even realize it because for them it's they're on a race to the bottom. It's all about views, likes, shares, affiliate links, everything like that. And at the end of the day, like I've said this before, I think they're limited in their scope of what they're doing. I mean, Kevin's the same age as me. Is he going to be doing the same shit when he's 45? Are you guys still going to be watching him? Like at some point, there's going to be a turn down. Like with what we're doing at Angry, it's like, yeah, this stuff is interactive and we try to do all this. But my goal is to educate people on snowboarding, make people better at snowboarding, really grow out what snowboarding is. Plus, I think there's just this huge gap in snowboard media right now and content distribution and stuff like that. And for me, those guys are just fucking reality TV. Yeah, it fills a void, but at the end of the day, you're not coming away with anything good. I mean, when he's sitting there telling you that a fucking low end boot is literally the best boot in the world and that everyone should buy it, a year before it was another mid level boot, but it was the best boot and everyone should fucking buy it. It's bad advice. Like, you're just, there's so many people that are going to buy a boot that doesn't even fucking fit them. That, or the fact that like they ride with a guy that unzips his jacket into POW. What the fuck kookery is that shit? It's a POW day and you got fucking snow and you're sweating and it's sticking and you're getting wet. It's a great way to get pneumonia and shit like that. And it's like going out gates and just telling people like, this is where you need to go. Like, the amount of DMs I get on Instagram from Whistler locals, they're like, dude, did you see what they did? And I was like, I don't see. I'm not subscribed. I literally just, like, 99% of all snowboard YouTube people I don't want to pay attention to. Like, Casey's the only one that I'm still subscribed to because I knew Casey long before this. Like, Casey and I are friends. We have so many mutual friends. Like, we've partied together. Like, Casey's just a rad dude. Like, we're friends. Like, I will do whatever for that guy because he's in the inner sanctum. But for everyone else, like, I thought I wanted to be their friend, and now I realized I was like, one, they're fucking intimidated by me really aggressively, which it's pretty funny because I'm not a good snowboarder. I fucking suck at snowboarding. But two, they're intimidated by me, and it's like, and I think they're kind of scared. Like, I remember when they came out and they were like, we're going to do all these video online reviews. And I was like, okay, cool, go do it. And then I dropped like 117 and now they're just sitting back like, who is this guy and what does he do? And it's like, yeah, dude, like, this is me. This is, I ride every day. Like, I live this life. Like, this is my life and shit. And I mean, good for them for what they did and building up that audience. But the thing is, when you have an audience that way, you have a responsibility to your community and you have a responsibility to snowboarding. Like, my thing is always leave snowboarding better than when you found it and try to always give back to snowboarding because snowboarding doesn't owe you shit. It doesn't in the snowboarding. Like, I could be broke right now. I could have nothing. Like, the altar behind me could be on fire. I could be getting evicted, which, believe me, I've come close to that a few times. I wouldn't give a shit. Like, snowboarding would still owe me nothing. Like, snowboarding's taken my spleen. I don't care. Snowboarding's taken my knees. I don't care. Snowboarding's taken my mind with 23 concussions. I don't care. Doesn't fucking owe me anything. I'm not upset about it. I made my choices and that, but I like look at a lot of these people and it's like Buckhouse and all these guys. And it's like, what can they take, but not give? Like, they just don't give anything back, or what they do give back is so fucking saturated in bullshit and crap that it doesn't benefit snowboarding in the long haul. It's really telling to me for, when I talk to marketing people at different brands and they're like, do we have to work with these people? And I'm like, no, you don't. I'm like, does it benefit you? Yeah, because they're gonna get free stuff, but that's the thing is they want free stuff. So it's like take. And like, with my situation, like, all these boards that you see me riding, I don't keep them. I fucking give them back. Like, most of them come from my reps and shit. But like, when I do get stuff through marketing people, I'm just like, yeah, I need a return shipping label. And they're like, what? You're not keeping it? I was like, I don't want to fucking keep it. It's yours. It's not my problem. Go fucking sell it, donate it, do whatever. And when I do have companies tell me to keep something, you can even ask Danny Hairston, the founder of Shred Foundation. I donate it to the kids, like, and shit like that. But yeah, I watch these people and like what they're taking, and I just sit back and it, like, this week's top 5. The reason this week's top 5 exists is because Snowboard Pro Camp and the shit that they do. And I had so many people just telling me, they're like, they're going to get someone killed. And I was like, fuck it. I need to go do this. If I have to be the voice of reason, I have to be the voice of reason in snowboarding. Something is really, really, really fucked up. It just doesn't make sense. So that's where I'm at. Like, yeah, I respect the fact that they built an audience, and I respect, and I know what work it takes to do that. But at the end of the day, like, I could go be a fucking snowboard vlogger. I know how to do it. I don't want to do it because I know, like, right now, like, what the buildup would be to get it. And there's other content that I want to do, but I could fucking crush it. There's not a doubt in my mind. I could completely crush it. Which, actually, going with that, I think I'm actually going to do a parody video, like, what if Angry Snowboarder was a vlogger? And I'm just going to take it to like fucking 11 with it. I've been thinking about it for a few weeks. So I'm thinking next week, because Sunday, Monday, we're supposed to get snow. So I want some powder for this. And I just want to fucking make it the most atrociously awful, worst thing that's so bad it just pokes fun at it and it's self-referential. But that's the whole thing. Like, you know, I mean, it's like, it's it's fucking like season 25 of Survivor. It's like, you know. So yeah. Okay, so there you go. Hopefully that answers your question. We got another super chat from Two Thumbs Workshop. Red Dads are the best. Put two kids and a wife on the mountain this year after 10 years off, inspired by the Rad Dad Tough. That's fucking rad, dude. You got 3 more people snowboarding? That's fucking rad. Um, let's see. We got JE with the super chat. Thanks for the content. Thanks for the super chat. Let's see what else we got going on. And JE asking, have you tried the Academy Graduate Snowboard? I haven't tried that yet. I hit Chad up last week about getting boards. He doesn't have anything. He said hit him up in another month or so. So I'm going to hit him up the end of March and see if he's got anything. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what else. Let's see what else is going on. Grant Christopher, ever been to Hood? About to be there for a week and hit up all 4 resorts and want to know some key spots to hit on the mountain. I have only ever been to Hood in spring, summer, and spring, summer is different than winter, just with the way things are. I'm nowhere near the Hood guy. Like, I can tell you how to ride slush there in the summer. Spring, I could be like, yeah, I know you can get the spring pass for like $110. It's good for like till Memorial Day. And that's about the extent of what I can tell you about Hood. I do know that Meadows is the better place for jumping off things. Timberline's a little flat. Snowbowl has night riding, and I think they have the better park. They have the rope tow park, and that's literally like. Okay, Richie Less asks, curious, why do you think Snowboard Pro Camp guy is going to get someone killed? Because they're fucking introducing people that don't know how to snowboard well or can't snowboard, saying, hey, this is how you duck this rope and this is how you get to this area, not telling you how to get out of the terrain trap. Like, I literally have a guy in Whistler that fucking hits me up and he's like, yo, they're telling people how to get here. What people don't realize is you have to hike back out the same way. Like, they're sending them into death gullies where they're just going to be trapped in the middle of nowhere where search and rescue is going to have to get them. They're not doing a conscientious enough job to explain people the terrain that they're putting in. It's like, hey, we're going to go out this gate and you're going to go over here. And it's like, there's so many people that are like, I've never been to Whistler, but I feel like a local because I've watched this video. And it's like, I've seen people try to do that with Breckenridge, Copper, Keystone, A Basin, Loveland, all the resorts around here. And I'm like, dude, out here, we're a little more vicious and savage. Like, if I catch people making videos that blow out spots, I will hunt them down and beat their ass and be like, you don't fucking talk about that spot. Like, that's just how it is. Like, I can make videos blowing out spots and be like, this is a super secret tree run with 3 fucking log jibs. I can see that run right from the main run. Like, that's not super secret. That's right in between, sandwiched between 2 main runs. Talking about Buckhouse there. Fuck that kid. All right. Okay. Okay, what else we got going on here? Okay. I think we're caught up on questions. Jeff Demoose 776, did we get the story of you spraying the skier? Yeah, that started first thing actually in this live stream right before you got on. One Cold Frog, brand new KT boots broke 10 days in. Going to return them tomorrow. Should I expect the next pair to break that soon too? No, that's a fluke. Shit like that happens. Anything that can break will break, and it can be, some shit will last 100 days, some shit will last 10. The good thing is you're under warranty. You know the guys you got to go deal with. You got this. So we're good. All right. Red Smart with the super chat. Hi, Avran. Rex on volume shifted powerboard, Orca versus Warpig. Any others to be considered? Thoughts on Mind Expander? Finally, any Rex on a good women's volume shifted powerboards? Thanks. If you're doing Orca versus Warpig and you're looking for POW, I'd go Orca over Warpig. You'd be better off going to Super Pig, in all honesty, if you're looking for a POW pig. That board's way more POW oriented out of those two. Others to be considered, I think that you should definitely look at the Tellus Backslash. That one's super solid. You could even look at the Libtech MC Wayfinder. the Marhar Woodsman, the Rome Pow Division Moontail. That's another one. Thoughts on Mind Expander? I have a whole review of the Mind Expander in the Jones playlist, so check that out. If it's not in the Jones playlist, it's in the Snowboard Reviews playlist. But pow boards, I think like you could look at like the Dynamis, which is the women's dynamo, or there's the Cortado from LibTech, or there's the Lumberjill from Marhar. So two, or there's the Lumberjill from Marhar. So there's some options for you. Yeah, let's see what else is going on. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Black on Black 7, come shred Mammoth. Get some motherfucking snow. Like, till you guys get some motherfucking snow. I don't want to go to Mammoth. Plus, I went to California once last year. I don't want to go back. The ocean touched me and I didn't like it. It's fucking awful. Ocean is polluted as shit. Like, all these people are like, that I know that are like mountain people. We're moving to the beach. And I'm like, ew. Like, the worst thing that happens around here is the snow melts and then there's just piles of dog shit for like 2 weeks and then it rains and they disappear. Out there, it's just like garbage and shit. And we put all sorts of weird shit in the ocean. So, yeah. Also, if anyone works for Sparkling CBD Soda, get at me. I need a sponsorship. Fuck. $5 a pop every time I drink one of these things, and they're fucking worth it. Yeah. All right. Okay, well, let's see what else we got going on here. TSBO, does anyone else tell skiers the best trails and they're actually the crowded skied out ones? So funny story, between first live stream today and this one, I went to go to Flipside to get a burger and I was walking in front of my house and these two random ass old bitch ass tourist dumb twat waffles. Are you a local? I'd hope so. Where can we go for happy hour? And I was like, and I start pointing, no, we want to go where the locals go. And there's this new place and it's where all the locals go. And they rattled off some name of a place that isn't even in business. And I was like, that doesn't exist. And they're like, no, you're wrong. And I was like, well, I've only lived here for 16 years. But so I pointed them to the most touristy fucking spots that my friends work at. And they're going to just get raped on it. But I love doing that. Like, it's the same thing. Like, I get people like today, there was a demo and it's going on all weekend at Copper for LibTech boards. But this guy, I took the LibTech wrap out. I mean, we didn't get anything great, but I took him in some heavy, wide open POW where I could find it. And the guy heard us talking. He's like, where is it? And I was like, well, man, you go up the chairlift, you look to the right, you look to the left. And if you see something that looks like fresh snow, you go there. He's like, oh, thanks, man. That's like really helping me. And I was like, sorry, man. You, like, doesn't matter where I fucking send you. You're probably not going to fucking find it to begin with. Because, like, you're fucking oblivious. Plus, you're coming in to demo a board and you've got a fucking old Burton something from, like, 2003. Like, you're riding a 17-year-old board. I really don't care about you. You don't support snowboarding. So, fuck them. But, yeah, I love telling skiers and people like that. One of my favorites was before I was banned from Vail, when I still lived up on the mountain and I could ride into my house, we got, I think it was like 18 or 20 inches. So I go up first thing because I could get to first chair like literally 5 minutes out my door. So I get there and I'm waiting in line. And I mean, I'm there before anyone else. And this fucking snow carny shows up with a 148 Omatic Extremo. And he's like, I think I got the wrong board for today. And I was like, yeah, I think you do, bud. And, you know, I'm not talking to him, listening to my music, whatever. I got fucking Slayer in my ear, Judas Priest or something. And I'm just like, oh, I don't give a fuck. And about halfway up the chair, the kid starts talking to me and